Yes, and if you watch the St. Patrick's Day parade really close this year, you might end up seeing my little girl, because her dance school usually dances in the parade, so that she's very excited about that. She's been working hard. She's at dance class tonight, actually. They're actually in person. They're getting together in groups of 8 kids at a time, staggered through the evening. Okay, I'm just going to check my tuning. Although I've been playing pretty well all day, but still. And I finally got out my humidifier. I dug it out of the storage unit, put it all together, bought a new wick for it, and it won't come on. Won't turn on. I don't know why. I read about it. It's got all these safety off things, and so it's probably just thinks that it should be off. It's really annoying. $90 for a new one. My God. Oh, my tuner crashed. Okay, get the tuner up here again. There we go. Okay, let me check that again. Okay, so let's warm up with our usual G major, old familiar, the people's key. All right? Okay, nice and easy. Ready, go. Arpeggio as well. Ready, go. How's everybody feeling about the slow and steady there? Everybody getting pretty well in tune? Feeling comfy? Okay, let's speed it up then. A 1, 2, 3, go. Here's Judith, which is good. Let her in. Okay, mine was pretty good. I hope you guys are feeling good about your key of G as well. And let's try the C major scale now. Okay, we're going to try C major, and let's go nice and slow. No need to be in a hurry. There's something weird going on my screen here. You guys are very small. That's a little better. Okay. Okay, so C major. Nice and easy, tune your notes. I'll be tuning mine. Ready, go. Now I had a couple of gaffes. Anybody hear my 3 attempts at the high C? 3 attempts. The third one got in. Alright, so that sucked. And my first attempt was actually sharp. And it's surprising. I've always been surprised at it when I'm teaching at how many people think that they're flat when they get up to the high C, but they're actually sharp. And that was certainly the case with me there. And then on the way down, my C on the A string was a little bit sharp at its first approach too. Now you guys probably didn't hear that because as soon as I heard it, I brought it in, but certainly it was 2 attempts at that one too, okay? So let's do it again, see if I can do this, see if I can get these 2 C's on the first attempt. Here's C if you need to tune it. Okay, let's do it. Ready, slow. I did way better that time. Way better. Pretty well the first attempt for most of the notes, except this time I had F natural was my nemesis this time on the E string. And I always end up a little bit flat on it. I think that I mean usually, I think that I just kind of think that it's going to be sharp. And so I don't use enough finger pressure. But anyway, it was easy to fix, but certainly that was a problem for me. So now let's go. How are you guys feeling at that speed? Everybody having moderate?
Dan, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Please? Elaine here. On the high C, that's the 4th finger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I use my 4th finger for both the C and the B. Okay?
Okay.
And it's interesting because there's actually 2 ways to do it. Many people, and maybe there are some violinists here, who are used to going up to 2nd position to play C of the high C. Does anybody ever do that? Does anybody ever? Yeah. Very common. And it's a good way to do it as well. For fiddle music, the pinky is a little handier than hopping out your whole hand up. Okay? So it's good to get good at both, using the pinky for the high C or doing 2nd position. Now, as in our music, and for people that are wondering, 2nd position is when your 1st finger takes the place of your 2nd finger. See that? It's not very much used, but people do use it to get the 2nd octave of C major. And what's nice about it is, when you go up there, that means your pinky is playing the C, and your 3rd finger is playing the B. So you don't get that little sliding sound that you get when you use your pinky for both notes. Okay? For fiddle music, that sliding sound is actually a good thing most of the time. You know, we like that little slidey. And also, the notes are going so fast, you're not really going to hear it. So, most people in the key of C use the pinky to go up there. But you can experiment. If you're more comfortable with second position, that's totally fine. Okay? Let's do it again. Good question, Lane. Here's your C. All right, let's do it a little quicker. Ready, go. I almost got a perfect game there. Mine was really good. How are you guys feeling? You doing pretty good? Not that reasonable? So just keep practicing it, with the ear and the hand. Okay? Ear first. Get to know what those notes should sound like, and then what they feel like when they're in tune. The combo will put you right in tune. Now let's try the arpeggio. It's a tough one. Here it is again. Tune that C. It's a hard one. Ready? Arpeggi. Okay, let's do it again right away. Mine was awesome, so I want to do it again right away. Ready, go. Again. It's always important when you get it right, do it again right away. There's a chance you might do it exactly right again. Anybody have any problems or questions or concerns about the key of C? Anybody? I'm here to help. All right, let's do it. Bill Mercer, good advice there about the ergonomics of playing the violin there. Bill talked to his daughter, who is an awesome violinist, and his other daughter, who is also an awesome violinist. Is that right, Bill? Are they both violinists?
One cellist, one violinist.
One cellist, yeah. And I thought that the best advice that they told you was that at the amateur level, which is where you play, Weekend Warrior once in a while or whatever, if you're having any of these problems, rather than going to see a physiotherapist, it's better to go see a violin teacher. I thought that was the best part of the advice, because it's true. At the amateur level, if you're having problems with your left hand or your right hand, chances are it's just that there's something you're not quite doing right. See what I mean? Not like a physiotherapy repetitive stress problem. So I thought that was the best advice there, Bill, for sure. He also said that one of your daughters does Alexander technique and really likes it, thinks it works really well.
Yes, she needed it because she had some severe situation. Yeah, the one that plays the violin. Yeah.
Yeah, and she thought it was quite good.
And she says the Alexander technique helps a lot.
Yeah.
But of course, she's playing like you do, like hours and hours and hours a day.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So I thought that was great. What a great explanation of the ergonomics and the levels. Anyway, so why don't we practice our set of jigs now? we've got real good at C, and so we should be able to kind of play these jigs no problem. I'll get them up on my screen here. So that's New York set. Okay, I got them up on my screen, and we can give them a try. Oh, this is a better window. Now let's see, I'm thinking about speed, and I'm wondering what kind of a speed is going to be nice and comfy for these jigs, because they're fairly new. Do you think that's going to work for most everybody? I'm seeing noddings. That's good. Okay, let's give it a go. So 2 times each in the Cape Breton style. New York jig, I Lost My Love, and Jerry's Beaver Hat. And we'll do it this speed, and then we'll try, we'll have a breather, and we'll see if we can get it up a little bit in speed. 1, 2, 3. pretty good. I thought I went great. Mine went great. Except I realized I'm doing my alternate endings of Jerry's Beaver Hat. I'll make sure I do the ones that's written, the ones that are written there. I just kind of default to the other one. Now, how's everybody feeling about those jigs? Anybody having any issues or problems at all? Anything? I'm here to help. The B flat, the C natural, the F natural, anything. Okay, well, you know what that means. We're going to try it a little faster. Let's see. Let's see about maybe... Let's give it a go. Let's see what happens. Nice kind of steady swing there is what we're going for these jigs. Not fast, but strong. Okay. 1, 2, 3. happily chugging along there. Didn't appear to be any problems. Of course, all I have to go by is looks. Now, I'm going to just check out what tempo that was, because I would put that down as sprightly, that tempo. Now, I'm guessing that it was 90. Yep, just about 90. Here it is in case people want to hear that. See that? Not bad. Not bad. 90 beats per minute. Okay, and so that's, in Ireland they would call that a stately pace. It's just slightly behind dance and tempo, but it still has a nice groove available there. See that? I was having a really nice groove on my right arm there, loping along just nice. Okay, now I wouldn't mind trying it a bit faster, but you guys probably need an ergonomic little roll out there. Get everything working right. Did anybody have any problems at that 90? No? Well, that's great. Okay. While you're taking a breather, I'm going to show you what 100 sounds like. Okay? Here's 100. See, there's a little push on there compared to the 90. I always say you don't really feel the push until the 10s. The groups of 10. See that? And that's 100. That's an acceptable tempo, like a highly respected tempo, okay? So I wouldn't mind giving it a try. Now, when I try stuff fast with you guys, it's not always in the hopes that you're going to get it all perfectly right. It's in the hopes that it shows up some stuff you might need to work on, okay? So we're going to try it at 100 here, and we're just going to blast through. So, it's just like if you mess up a lick, leave it for death. Okay, move on to the next lick. All right, we'll keep doing that all the way through all the jigs, and then afterwards I want to get an inventory. I want people to take stock of stuff that might be getting in the way when we go 100. Okay? All right, let me just put that metronome on. Now I'm not going to have the sound on because it annoys most people. So I'm just going to have the clicker on so you can be sure that I'm not speeding up, okay? I promise I'm not speeding up. One, two, 3. how did everybody feel at 100? Not too good? Who had kind of moderate success? Like, might not have got everything right, but you got through it all. Yeah, a few people. That's good. That's
if you know the tune, it helps. Like, I don't read that fast, so I have to get the tune in my head more.
Yeah. You know what I suggest for that? And I know because I do it regularly. Yeah. Just and have the music glanceable. You know what I mean? Adjacent, glanceable. Because you don't want, if you're going along great with the recording and one lick throws you off, then it's good to be able to kind of glance over and get through that, right? But that's going to be a really good way to get off the music. Because you're right. I mean, you know, when you're going a certain speed, it's like the Newfoundlanders say with driving the skidoo, eh? You can't go faster than your lights. It's a bad idea. So that's kind of what's going on with the reading. So maybe a little bit more familiar. Anybody else having any serious problems?
Not serious problems, but I had to let go some of the double stops and the and the rolls and things.
Yes, and who was I talking to there? I was working with a class, intermediate class, and we did something similar thing. I can't remember what tune it was, but somebody came back and said, you know, I was able to play it at that tempo, but the rolls said, you know, forget it. And I was like, well, you know, when I'm playing at a dance and I'm in the third hour of playing at 120, the rolls are the first thing to get sacrificed, you know. I play cuts instead. Really, it's much easier and quicker to do cuts at that tempo. So that's totally normal, you know. The rolls will probably get in there at that tempo, but it's normal for that to be kind of ejected from the ship when you can't get going fast enough. Just throw them out of there. Anybody else have any insights as to in that speed? Okay, and I'll tell you that I actually lied, and that was 105. Okay, 105. Not too bad. Not too bad. And like I said, the 105 is even approaching dance tempo, you know. And I had a student asking me about dance tempos for tunes, like proper what they should be. And if anybody's ever wondering, you can look at the Coltis website. That's the Irish music competition and step dancing competition website. And they have listed for the competitions the speeds at which you're supposed to play jigs, reels, hornpipes, polkas, like that for the, you know, if you're interested in that type of thing. But it's usually a range, and it usually starts at around 110. Okay, so you're not far off of that, guys. I think that's really, really good. So whatever went wrong at 105, that's what you need to kind of look at this week. So whether it's the reading or the some of your ornaments you want to get in, or the bowing or the intonation, whatever it is that suffers at that speed, that's what you want to target all week in your practice. Okay? Any questions or comments or concerns about the jigs? New York jig set at all? No? Okay then, let's move on to the Mason's Apron. We should run up and down an A major scale first too, because we're going to need it. And I've been working on this tune with the recording, just so that I can remember the parts as they go by. And there's two that are a stickler right now that are not getting in my head, and they're the low parts. They're really cool. Let me play them for you while you're looking for your music. So there you go. And it's not, you know, it's nothing hard. It's not that it's hard. It's just trying to keep the zigs and the zags straight. That's the hardest part of it, I found. So I've been listening to the recording and playing it along with the recording, but that's the part that's still giving me some trouble. So you're going to have to give me a couple more days on the full-on version there. Anyway, before we try it, let's run quickly, or not too quickly, up and down an A major scale, okay? Just to get the hand in the A major position after all that. After all that C. C and A are very different. There you go, that's your low A. Let's do it. Nice and easy, not too slow. Ready? go. Let's do an arpeggio while we're at it. Ready, go. One more arpeggio to strengthen. Ready, go. All right. Right on. That should get us in the mood for Scottish. Thank you to everybody that tuned into the North Atlantic Drift live stream there last week. And sorry about the pixelated internet signal. I didn't know it was happening at the time, and then when I went to listen to it afterwards, it sounded kind of pixelated. It must have been the internet connection, so sorry about that. But we did manage to get Brian to try doing the address to the haggis, and it came out pretty funny. He was game for it, although he gave up partway through, which I couldn't blame him, you know. He did a valiant attempt. Okay, so the main melody of the Mason's Apron, with some tricks and some string crossing in there. So first of all, let's just take her nice and easy, okay? There's no need for a rush. Let's say, I don't know, maybe about this fast. Is that going to work out? Okay, let's give it a go. Let's see if it works out. 1, 2, 3. Screwed up already. See, look at that. Look at that. Oh my God. Sorry. Okay, let's do this. Is the second time around the B part. Okay, ready, and. through it. How's everybody doing there? Anybody having any kind of, obvious problems or anything?
Just a question, Dan.
Yeah.
So, in the second A, or whatever you want to call it, through, there's double bar line and the math doesn't quite add up. Are we just pausing that and we just hold it, or?
No, we're going to play pickup notes. We're going to play an A and a B.
Okay.
Yeah, or just wait.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good question.
And we do it on the basically every time that happens, that's what we do.
I think so. Yes, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. For sure. For the most part, until we get into the later variations, some of them have different endings.
Okay.
But for the main theme ones, I think they all have that same pickup note because you're going up to the C, eh? Okay, cool. Good question. It's confusing. It was the best one I found on the internet. Okay. Anybody else having any systemic problems with the Mason's apron? No? Okay, that means we're going to grind away at it. So let's do it like 3 times. And we'll start a little faster than that. Was that really slow? Was that like really easy? Yeah. So let's just bump it up a tiny little bit. We'll start there and I'll speed it up a couple times, okay? Let's see what happens here. An A and a B for pickup notes if you're wondering. Or wait. Alrighty. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. feeling? Everybody getting along okay? That's great. Excellent. Excellent. Take a little breather. We're going to try 2 more times even faster, because I gotta say, nobody looked like they were having any problems there. And you know what that means for me. Time for the gas pedal. Anybody have any comments or insights or suggestions? Judith, are you okay? You got the music and everything? I think so. Just have to get familiar. Anybody else? Anything to talk about with the Mason's apron? Okay, roll it out. We're going to go faster. So let's see. Let's try. We're going to start here. Okay, it's positively jaunty. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Oh, I love when everybody finishes at the same time. Because it happens right after me because of Zoom. It's always awesome. Okay, that looked like it was going along really good. Anybody having any problems when we went fast? Anything show up? Oh, that's terrific, guys. That's really, really good. The next variation we're going to be doing is, I'm going to play it for you. I just love, okay? And then the one that comes after it is this, it's like a complete actual variation. They're going to be the next two that we do after that. So you can see they're not difficult or complicated. They're just a little bit different, and it zigs when it should zag. And that last one I played is an actual variation. So anyway, that's going to be the next ones we do. Okay? Now, let's see about Miss Rowan Davies. Switching to the key of G. This is a beautiful tune my family used to play. And we got it off of Phil Cunningham years and years ago. Oh, hi, Jerome.
This is my shop counter.
Okay. Off you go then. I'm in Jerome's old room. We had to move Jerome upstairs. He's now sharing a bedroom with his sister. So he was getting a little lonely down here all by himself in the basement. And also, he's basically 6'14" now. And the ceiling down here is very low. And so he was actually hitting his head like every day. So I took over his room. It's my new office. Did anybody notice that I moved offices? Anne-Marie did. Yeah, there's a window. You can't really hide the window.
I think a light switch disappeared.
Yes, a light switch did disappear, and there is now a window. So, nice one there, Anne-Marie. Yes. Okay, Miss Rowan Davies. Beautiful tune. Key of G, as you can see, which we already are very, very good at. It was on my dad's record that he made. He only made one record. I was going through the reason I thought of this tune. I've been playing it lately. And then I was going through my storage unit there next to the house. And I came across a whole case of Dad's records that he made at the age of 81. The record is called Heirs in Bloom. And it's mostly airs. There's a few sets of tunes on there, but it's mostly airs with backers from all over the place, from Ireland and Scotland, and it's really, really nice. And the cover is his garden. So the entire cover is pictures of his garden, which was all 10 acres, 35 flower beds, and 200 trees. So, and that's why it's called Heirs in Bloom, Anyway, so I came across a whole case of them. So next time we have a rehearsal together, I'll bring some. Some of you guys might really like the music that's on there because, like I said, it's mostly airs. And he does this one, Miss Rowan Davies. So now, I'm going to play it for you first of all so you can get used to it and kind of have it come messing around in your head. And I found a decent version of it on the internet there. I can't remember where I found it. It was an unlikely source because there weren't many versions of it on the internet, and there was a couple that I really didn't like, and then I came across this one, and it was a transcription from a record.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a website out there called JC's ABC Tune Finder. You ever use that one?
Yep.
There's tons of versions of that.
There is, and I looked through them, and they all had one thing or another I didn't like. But this one here, even this one here that I sent you guys, is not a completely 100% what I remember, but it's very, very close, and I thought it was kind of the closest one, okay? And it's a transcription from a record. So anyway, I'm going to play it for you here a couple times so you guys can get familiar, and then we're going to start learning it. everybody got that now? It is really easy. It's not hard at all. So when I look at the first phrase here, we got a little scale down. See that? And then we got this scale up. And then one thing you'll notice in this tune is there's a bit of octave stuff. And here, indeed, in this bar, the next phrase, it goes up to the high. See that? And it's a very Phil Cunningham thing. Isn't that nice? Just love that, okay? And then we come down. And then we do the first phrase again. See that? And then let's just try that. Let's try the first line, okay? And see if we can get... So we got the little scale down to G, and then up from D, and then got the octave little trick. The little Phil Cunningham trick. So let's do it and see what happens. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we got this little ending here. So it scales up. And then this lovely little move here where we go from E to C. And E is the short note there. See that? Let's just try the ending. That's going to be the last 4 bars of that part. So a little scale up from G. Ready, and. Let's do it again right away. Ready, and. One more time to be sure. Ready, and. All right, and that's the A part. Anybody having any immediate difficulties or problems that I can help with when it comes to the A part?
Just bowing, Dan. Did you want to put some slurs in there?
Yeah, let's see what I do. I will tell you that I don't do a lot of the big long ties that you see on there. And I don't know if everybody knows what a tie is, but when there's 2 of the same note and that slur marking joins them, that's called a tie. All right? And what you're supposed to do with that is to play it all in one bow. Now, I usually don't do the ties in many tunes. Most of the time it's just because I run out of bow, right? So I just turn around, go the other way. But also I find in this particular tune, I find that it's better without the ties. Rhythmically, it's a little bit better without the ties. So keep that in mind, but let me see what I do. So pickup notes, always in the up bow. I'm slurring that there. No slurs. I slur those 2 notes there, the B and the A, and I do a little grace note. I think that's why I'm slurring them. I'm definitely slurring that in a down bow. The E to the C, I'm slurring in a down bow. See that? That's my plan for the A part. Okay? A good question. Anybody else got anything they want to work out before we grind it? All right, let's take the grinder to it. Get her down here. Where'd she go? There she is. Okay, so I'm going to play this thing, I would say 4 times. Okay? In terms of dynamics, if you happen to get the melody right away and you're good to go, try to match my dynamics. Okay? So my louds and my softs. And if you can't hear it, just watch my bow. When my bow is moving a lot, it's loud. It's rattling this whole little room. And when it's only moving a bit, it's soft. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Let's do it all again. Last time. Everybody getting that? My bowing, I was paying attention to my bowing, and I think I told you the truth for the way that I bow it for the most part there. Everybody getting along okay with the A part? Very good, very good. Lots of vibrato on this one, lots of feeling. Hey? Lots of long notes, so you gotta put the feeling in there, otherwise it's boring. You start seeing people check their phones and stuff like that. Okay? Now let's see about this second part. It goes down low. And it's more of this octave. You notice that? You scale down to the low E, and then you hop up to the high E. Very nice. So let's see how that sounds. I just love that lick. It's so nice. Let's try that together, guys. This is just the first 2 bars here. 1, 2, 3, go, 2. Oh yeah, let's do it again. And you know, the thing is about octaves is that it's all well and good unless you're out of tune, right? And you got that E string there, which is it is in tune, hopefully. So you want to make sure your E is in tune, okay? Otherwise, going up there will show you up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Good. Then the next bit is an expansion. With a different ending. See that? Let's try that lick now. So this is going to be the halfway through the 3rd line there, the B and the A. A 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And now in the next bit is the kind of the connector. It's the most unique phrase out of the whole tune, actually. We don't see it anywhere else. So now let's start from the top of the B part and see if we can get right to that 3rd the third phrase there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Octave. And then the ending. That's it. See, very simple, but just lovely. So yeah, so that connector phrase in the second part, it's kind of like the bridge in a song, right? It's the one unique phrase that kind of gets us to the ending, okay? Any questions about any of that? Okay, let's start at the top of the B part here and see if we can play the whole thing. The whole B. We have to think of a tune that comes after. I'm thinking of a march. Anyway, I'll show you after. B part. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Let's do it again. One more time to be sure. So yeah, during that long G in the middle, my brother Sean always used to do that. So it's really nice. I always liked it. I always thought it was a neat little lick to do in there. And if you're trying to do it, it's B, B, A, G, F, G. And right at the end of the note there before we move on. Any problems or questions about the B part? Anything at all? Feeling good? Let's try it right from the top, shall we? Miss Rowan Davies. Anything we put after this is going to have to be Scottish. So I'm thinking there's a little march. It's called Earthy Castle. It's a great little march from Shetland. And since Phil is from Skye, maybe we'll do a whole set of Islander stuff. Okay, from the top. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. one more time from the top. Love that tune. How's everybody feeling about Miss Rowan Davies? Feeling good? Anybody having any problems, difficulties, questions, or anything? Thoughts? No? Okay. I thought of a couple of things while I was going along. There's a couple of double stops that I do that some people might want to get involved in. And so the main one is when we first start off. Now, you know I'm a sucker for an octave. I love belting the octaves out there. So I hit that low G and I play the G string with it. And then I play the D by itself. And then the long D I play an A, a low A, a G1. See that? And then back to the octave. Because I'm a sucker for an octave. But that makes a really nice combo there. Oh, that was an example of an end of tune octave. Here it is. See that? Really nice way to do it if you want to do it. And then what else do I do? See that? That's very common in the key of G. So that's B and G together. And then F sharp and A together. See that? So I would go see that? And if you wanted to play something with the E, could be a C natural, but I usually don't, you know. So, but I do that sometimes. Now this A, this long A, you can play an F sharp. It's really nice. And then with the open D string, with that B there. Back to the rest that I've already told you about there. In the second part, do I do anything? Play an octave there. I definitely do that one. And that's open D and A1. And I do the whole scale with that. See that? It's really nice. I would put this particular little scale up in the middle of this part as being the loudest, strongest part of the tune. See that? If you listen to the beginning. already getting louder. See that? That's kind of the, in dynamics, that would be the climax there. And then I kind of, when I hit that E, I hit it hard, but then I taper right off, because that's the response, right? So. Get really understated for that part there. And then a strong ending. And then in the ending, I usually do those two notes together. So I play the E to the C, but I got the lazy bow. See that? And then the F sharp. And then an octave. Okay? So those are some ideas for double stops for those that want to get involved in double stopping. Okay? Other than that, you can hear a few grace notes. I'm sure you can interpret them yourself. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of dressing up this tune needs. Okay? Any questions about any of that I just yacked about? Alright, let's give her one more try there, guys. One more try of this Rowan Davies. If you're working in any of that stuff, now's your chance. But before we start, I'll just this is the march I'm thinking for afterwards. Nice little march or what? It's called Earthy Castle, and it's from Shetland. Okay, so I'll see if I can dig that out. I know I got a copy of it somewhere, and we'll see if we can learn that next time. We'll put it right after Miss Rowan Davies. It'll be so nice. Okay, let's give her. Yes.
Just a quick question. I see it's marked quarter note 112, which seems kind of fast for that piece, because it says
it's a waltz,
and then it says quarter note 112.
It's a waltz, though, and the waltzes, you know, it's really hard. People do waltzes in three ways, eh? People either just do one click per measure for a waltz, right? Or they do all three. Or they do number two. For some reason, some people in Europe, they do number two. So it depends on what you got the metronome set at. Let's see. Let's have a little experiment here. So it says, what did it say? 112. Jesus, right. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I think that this is set to quarter notes, because I'll show you what it would sound like. You see how that works there? And that's the trouble with waltzes, because some people like the metronome just to be on one. That's my prefer. When I go in the studio and it's a waltz, I would much rather have the metronome doing just beat one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Some people like it on all three. See what I mean? And so that's why it gets confused. That number gets confusing, eh? That's like, it depends on where you like the quarter note. Another thing that's really confusing with the metronome marking is strass bass. Because some people, my foot, when I play a strass bass, my foot comes down on all four quarter notes of the measure. See that? But the metronome marking would probably only be 2. So that brings the number and cuts it right in half, right? So it gets a little tricky. But yeah, so there you go. 112 on the metronome is every quarter note in the measure. And it's annoying. I find it quite annoying. Too much clicking. Anyway, but that's a really good question there, Bill, because it's quite confusing. Like if you were to just look at that, it's like, yeah, slow air, 112, wow. Let's see, if it were 112 for what it should be, which is the first. Oh my God. turns her into a jig, for God's sakes. So we don't want to be doing that. Anyway, okay. Let's give it a go. One more time. And then we'll practice Father Eugene. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Time. Nice key change too. G to D. Gotta love it. Okay, so now as an outro, as a a parting kind of set, let's do Father Eugene. So that's, let me just remind myself here. We got Father Eugene's Welcome. You got Dusky Meadow. Then you got Robert Stubbart. You got Ball and Pin. Am I right? Oh, that's great. Memory's not doing too bad then. All right. Not too fast. It's been a while, I know. And I'm working your hard tonight. I know everybody's kind of just shaking the shoulders out there. I did yoga before rehearsal tonight, so I'm doing great. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. fun, guys. It didn't go too far away. And I forgot to mention at the beginning of all this, with the restrictions lifting and stuff like that, when I mentioned St. Paddy's Day, we could do our concert. I was wondering about maybe doing it, maybe that same weekend as St. Paddy's, the new St. Paddy's Day for this year, which is going to be the 20th, the weekend of the 20th of March, a week later. And it might be possible. We might be allowed by that time. Especially if they're letting the parade go. So I'm going to keep my eye closely on it, and I'll be in touch with Glen Abbey and see if we can get in there in March. Well, the perfect time to do our show that we prepared for Christmas. We've already got it ready. We'll do it. Everybody's in the mood for diddly diddly at that point of the year. So I think it'd be really great. So it occurred to me there before, and I forgot to mention it. Okay, so keep that in the back of your head as well, and I'll start the inquiries. Okay?
Hey, Dan?
Yes.
Dan, Glen Abbey United Church is opening on Sunday. So we're opening on Sunday.
Yes! Good. That's a good sign. See, I think we're getting there. So anyway, we'll talk more about that. But in the meantime, keep them fiddles rattling, everybody. You got lots of stuff to work on. And we'll see if we can learn that in March next time. Alrighty?
Great. Thanks.
Great,
No
thanks,
problem.
Dan.
Thank you, guys.
Good night.
Nighty
Good
night.
Right, Jen?
Nighty night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Dan. Night,
Yeah. Nighty night.
Night, everyone.
See ya.